everybody, and welcome to this week's Cruise Chat. I'm Kathleen Penner, owner of Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and today I'm joined by Lori Patterson, and Lori is from Seabourn Cruises, and I am very excited today to meet with Lori. I don't think have I met with you once before? I think, yes, once before. So go back and look at some of our past episodes. There are so many great things that we've talked about, but today we're going to be discussing some amazing itineraries that are with Seabourn, and I'm super excited to do so. So I'm just going to turn it right over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kathleen. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. This is a fabulous opportunity to talk about many things, a lot of our passions. And Kathleen and I have spoke at length about our passion for cruising and seeing different destinations around the world. And today I want to focus on one of my favorite brands, Seabourn. And I have been with Seabourn a number of years now, and I have the privilege to represent this brand. So I want to talk about this brand and all that it can offer you in a vacation experience. And this is actually a picture of me this past summer. And this was one of my very first post-COVID, as we are calling them now, travel experiences. So myself and my husband, we were celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. So we decided.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we decided to take a Seabourn cruise, just the two of us, and we sailed from Copenhagen up the Norwegian coast up to the Arctic Circle.
Oh, beautiful. Amazing.
It was, it's been on both of our bucket lists for many, many years. And I have found, certainly over this last couple of years, with the inability to travel or everything preventing people from traveling. Everybody is really excited for new destinations and some interesting, places to go around the world. So
I agree. And not only that, but to do something you've never done before, just to see those experiences and make those memories now that we know how important it is, because there was a time when we couldn't, right? And that's when you're like, I just need to get away. I need, seeing new cultures and new lives. And it's amazing. That's a great itinerary.
It truly was spectacular. We were on for 14 days and every day got better than the last. So we just had such an adventure. So this is actually myself up in a place called Svalbard, and this is probably the closest I would ever want to get to a polar bear. But this was a very fun pub, one of a very, very old pub in a basement, and they had this fantastic polar bear there. So I had to touch him. Yeah. And it was just such a fun place, because one thing we love to do is experience the local culture and local beer. And so we always try to have one thing about Norwegians, boy, they made some really good, wonderful beer. And
that's great.
We got to experience their local brew. So it was a ton of fun. And it was all wrapped around the Seabourn experience. So that made it just even so much better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to talk about this amazing brand. So Seabourn, if you have not heard of this brand before or not familiar with it, Seabourn is in the luxury category of cruise lines. So this is truly an ultra luxury experience in a very unique atmosphere. And I'm going to talk about mostly the atmosphere on board the ship, because a lot of people maybe are a little intimidated by a luxury experience and think maybe you have to be of a certain type of person to enjoy a luxury experience.
Yes. But I think too, and I don't mean to interrupt, I'm sorry, but I think luxury means something different to every person. To one of my clients, luxury to them is, climbing up a mountain and hiking and having a porta potty. And somebody else, luxury is having, being in a 5-star restaurant and Michelin star. It's luxury is different for every person. So don't be afraid of that word luxury at all.
And I agree. So we tend to shy away from it a little bit and really focus on all of the experiences and the things that we can do on board to make this a very unique cruise experience. So I'm going to talk about that, because this is really all focused around making this your moment. Sorry, my screen is locked there.
Oh dear. That's fine.
There we go. So, the whole brand post-COVID is really about making things your moment. And just as we were speaking to, it's about finding those adventures that have been taken from us. And
Yes.
you never know when this may happen again, where we have that inability to travel. So we want to make sure that we are offering some unique itineraries and some experiences for our clients. And Kathleen is so well versed in all cruise lines, but she is specifically focused on Seabourn because of the quality and the value that this represents.
Oh, absolutely.
You
Yeah.
know, what is most important, people, you know, if you're going to spend a little bit more, that's okay. But I think what you really want to know is you're getting the best value for your dollar. That's
Absolutely.
really important now too. So not only seeing some unique parts of the world, but ultra luxury travel with Seabourn, it is truly a personal, customized, very warm and welcoming experience.
Yes,
It is,
absolutely. And I mean, there's a difference, you know, on these wonderful cruise lines is the spacious rooms, the more space per person, the being catered to for everything. You just think, oh, I think I'm looking for, and it shows up in front of you. I don't know how they do that, but they can read your mind. It's amazing.
We always say, you know, our staff have this ability to read minds because they seem to be one step ahead of us all the time.
All the time.
You know, from, as Kathleen said, you know, the style of the ships, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but it is very relaxing, and never, ever is it a stuffy experience for people. So we want everybody to relax and just enjoy yourself, whatever that means to you. So there are a multitude of ways to do that on board, and how you can really enjoy not only the onboard experience, but how we bring the destinations really alive as we sail. So this is really part of the onboard experience. So with Seabourn, we like to call the onboard experience all about Seabourn moments, or in other words, what we do for the guests on board to make it so special and to make this your moment. So it's all about, you know, connecting with people, and it's about fine dining, and it's about, as Kathleen said, spacious accommodation. We have some beautiful suites. And the wonderful thing about Seabourn is that they are all outside ocean view. And two of our newest ships are all veranda. So there are no inside, there are no small little closet rooms. These are all beautifully appointed, very spacious, very welcoming suites. So it's all designed for you to spend a little bit more time in your suite. So, you know, a lot of cruise ships nowadays, especially the very large ones, have facilities on board to get everybody out and to circulate and connect. But with Seabourn, it's very understated and very low key, and you can relax and have some amazing room service, and just relax and enjoy your suite as you sail. So this is really a brand for every age group. It is all about relaxing and that welcoming experience. Champagne 24/7, unlimited champagne for you. So it is an all-inclusive atmosphere in terms of the onboard experience. So fine wines paired with every single course at every meal. So all of the bars are open for you. So it is all top shelf alcohol. There is no tipping, which really creates this very gracious and very authentic service. And, you know, Kathleen and I were chatting before the presentation, and one of the big takeaways for myself that I've always enjoyed about Seabourn is the attention that the staff give to our guests. There is almost one staff member for every guest on board Seabourn. So that high level of attention and pampering service is just second to none.
And even when I arrived at the pier, we were cruising out of Barbados. They had cold towels for the back of your neck because it was stinking hot there. And they still had champagne sitting there waiting for you, and some, you know, some different fruits and different vegetables, and just a little snack that was there. And I'm like, this is your check-in service? Oh my goodness. Like, it was just amazing. Just to be welcomed and relaxed right away.
Yes. So this picture in the top right here, I wish that was me boarding the ship, but it's not. But, you know, when you do arrive at the pier, they literally roll out the red carpet, and all of the staff come and greet people. And the way that we board the ship, and our ships are between 400 and about 575 guests. So it's a very intimate, small ship experience. So when you arrive at the pier, there's no, hanging around with 3,000 of your closest friends.
Mhm.
You are literally boarding the ship almost on your own, most
Yes.
cases.
Mhm.
So as Kathleen said, you're greeted with cold towels or maybe warm towels, depending on where
Yeah,
your
depending
destination
on
is.
where you are. Yes.
Yeah, so there's just, and then you're actually brought on board to what we call the living room of the ship, and it's called Seabourn Square. So
Mhm.
this is where we actually bring our guests, and you are sat in a beautiful chair and you are given a glass of cold champagne, and that is where we do the actual check-in. So
Mhm.
it's very civilized and very fantastic. And from that moment on, the staff pretty much know you by name. So they sign you in, they get you all familiar with where you need to be on the ship, and you're escorted to your suite where you are met by your room attendant and your room stewardess. So there's a team of people to look after you, and they spend some time and get to know you about your personal likes and dislikes.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, it was
Your personal
fantastic.
tastes and what you like. And yeah, what is your favorite beverage that we can have ready for you or anything like that? Yeah.
Have a fully stocked bar that's refreshed every day, and of
Mhm.
course, there's no charge for that.
Mhm.
So when you arrive, you actually fill out a form before you even leave your house.
Mhm.
State your preferences. So maybe you are a single malt and red wine person. Those are your favorites.
Mhm.
That's what will be waiting for you when you arrive on board. So it is, to me, it's like kind of walking into your own little place that's all arranged to your own desires. So you have beautiful bathrooms with a full
Mhm.
bathtub, separate
Mhm.
shower, molten brown amenities. It is just the
Mhm.
ceilings and the suites. I cannot say enough about them because they are really, really luxurious. And we have a different a variety of suites to choose from, whatever your taste and whatever your budget.
Mhm.
But they are all completely luxurious and just waiting for you. I just think they're amazing.
Yes.
So I'm going to introduce you here to our fleet at
Mhm.
Seabourn. And we have been in business about 30 years now, just over 30 years. And we originally started back in the 80s under the brand name, the Yachts of Seabourn.
Okay.
And now, so, for those of you that have been around long enough, like Kathleen and I, we may remember that. Sorry, I'm putting you in my same age group, Kathleen.
Oh, I think we are the same age. It's no problem at all. Goodness.
We started out with three smaller vessels that were about 225 guests, and those were absolutely lovely, lovely ships. And over the years, we had just three in the fleet, and we just had a very unique experience all over the world with those three smaller ships.
Mhm.
So in 2009, we actually started to look at the brand, and we came under the Carnival Corporation umbrella. And we built some new ships to take on a new look, and we are now Seabourn.
Mhm.
So the Seabourn brand is now flagged by the Seabourn Odyssey, the Sojourn, and the Quest.
Right.
Those are all exactly the same sister ships built in
Mhm.
2009, 10, and 11. So they're just over 229 suites, so just over 400 guests. So
Mhm.
the size of these ships for the guests is one of the highest space ratios in the industry. So it means that you have tons of space, and you
Yes.
will never have to
Mhm.
get up in the morning and run down and reserve a chair by the pool.
Mhm.
There's none of that. So it is just a very unique experience just
Yeah,
to have the space, in my opinion.
absolutely. Yes.
Yes. And in 2016 and 18, we launched two more ships that are pretty much identical, but they have one more passenger deck. So we
Okay.
introduced the Onboard and the Ovation.
Mhm.
And these ships are absolutely stunning, the same style as you can see from the other fleet,
Mhm.
but they just have a few extra guests. So they hold just under 600 passengers.
Mhm.
In 2022 and this year, we have launched our expedition series of ships.
And how exciting is that?
Oh my gosh, I tell you, after all of the delays and everything, and then COVID really got in the way. So we just really were so excited to launch the Venture and the Pursuit, which are specifically designed for expedition cruising, which is a very different style
Mhm.
of vacation experience.
Yes.
in a luxury style of Seabourn. So
Yeah.
it brings on, just an extra dimension to our fleet. So this currently is the fleet as we stand today. So we have 7 ships in our fleet.
That's great.
It
And I
is.
was on Odyssey and I'm going on Ovation. So I get to see both. That's great.
Yes, good for you. So,
It's nice to see them in
and,
person.
the wonderful thing about them is that you don't have to relearn a ship every time you go on them.
I agree. You know where things are. Absolutely.
Yes, you do. And you know the lay of the land and how things run on Seabourn. So this right over on the left there, that is the top area on the Ovation that you will experience because these ships are a little bit bigger. They have this separate area called the retreat. So this is for people who want to have a little bit more privacy and have a little bit of time out of the sun. So if you're not in that main pool area, which that lovely lady is just waiting to dive into the pool or slide into the pool, I should say. This is our main pool area in the middle of the ship. And up at the top right there, that is, as you can see, the chairs and the seating area around the main pool in midship. So there's no chairs all jammed together. There's just plenty of space for everybody.
Beautiful.
And this is just the most magnificent pool area, I think. We have staff going around and they, especially in the Caribbean, if it's getting really warm outside, they come and they spritz you down with a bit of water. They hand out sunscreen, or they will actually take you out of your chair and pull you over to the massage table, give you a quick little neck rub and slide you back into your chair.
Unless you're all limp as a noodle because you've just got a massage, right?
Completely. Yeah. So, it is just such a great way to spend a day around the pool. And of course, we always have live music and there's hot tubs there. Beautiful food. One of my favorite places to eat on board Seabourn is this nighttime pool area. And it turns into a little restaurant called Oceans.
Earth and Ocean is wonderful. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, so this area here is a little more casual dining. I absolutely love it. And sitting outside, we just don't
back to that sunscreen. I don't mean to interrupt you. We had brought some sunscreen down. We did a Southern Caribbean from Barbados, and we tried this brand new kind of sunscreen that was reviewed so well, and it didn't, damage your skin because there's a lot of chemicals in them, right? Didn't we get burnt to a crisp? And I don't know if it's because it was such a strong sun being so far south, but my husband's feet got blistered. Like it was just horrible. So the sunscreen, we ended up switching and we used the sunscreen that was on the pool deck, and nothing after that. We didn't get a single burn or anything. It just healed. And we're like, oh, thank you. Because having a burn on your feet is the worst spot. Like you had to wear your sandals because that was the only spot that could touch, right? The ones that you got burnt in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I'm so glad you had the sunscreen and that's, just that little touch, right? And it's just amazing to have that there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the all-inclusive difference there, this is a little bit of an eye chart for people, but I've just highlighted in the red some of the favorite things that I like about the all-inclusive experience. It is really about the size of the ships, and you feel like you are on your own private yacht. You really, really do. It's that personalized service. The staff are just on top of everything, and they are so. I always use the word authentic because when they ask how you're doing today, they want to stop and have a conversation with you, and they really do care. So
they want to know the answer, not just a, hey, how's it going as you walk past, right?
Yes, it's not just one of those, oh yeah, how you doing? It's just, let's stop and have a chat. And you will quickly learn Seabourn Square, especially one of my favorite places to slip down in the morning and have that cappuccino and biscotti. Oh my gosh. They're there from 5 o'clock in the morning. So if you're a really early riser, you can go down and have
we loved going there in the evenings and getting all their macarons. And were they so good? Those delicious. Delicious. We went, there each night, and they're like, "Oh, we've got new flavors for you tonight." So they knew what we were there for.
And did they have gelato when you were there?
They did. Yes, that's right. In the pool area.
Yes. And now they have gelato in Seabourn Square. So they also have like fresh flavors every day. So again, we probably had way too much gelato, but we had to try every new flavor. So it was so amazing.
Calories don't count. You're on vacation.
Well, that's kind of what we said. And yes, I think we learned our lesson there. So, and as I mentioned, these are all oceanfront suites. So if you are a person that maybe loves to go to a land resort and has to have that oceanfront experience in your stateroom, or pardon me, in your hotel room, you can have that too on board. So this is awaiting you. Every single suite is an oceanfront. So, and as I mentioned, complimentary spirits and fine wines. And, you know, if they're serving a wine that you don't care for, you can just say, hey, do you have maybe a Pinot Grigio or a Cab Sauvignon instead of whatever you're serving? They will do whatever you need and find a wine that works for you. So, and also tipping is not required, nor is it expected. So there's nobody waiting with their hand held out. It is just really genuinely gracious service. And of course, every dining venue is complimentary. There's no service charge for any of the dining venues on board. So your biggest decision all day is, oh my gosh, where am I going to eat tonight?
Right.
And it's all open seating. There is no assigned table dining. So you can dine at whatever time works for you, wherever you want to go. Maybe you meet some friends around the pool and you want to have your dinner at Earth and Ocean. You can do that too. So there's, you know, it just gives that flexibility and comfort. So it's a very welcoming experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So those are just some of my favorite things. So this is truly the ultra luxury resort at sea. It is meant to really envelop you in the most comfort that you can ever have. These ships are very, very large in terms of the space, as I mentioned. So you can see here, I love this aerial view here, how much lovely deck space there is. So there is always a place to be, whether you want to be with people or whether you want to have some quiet, relaxing time in the sun on your own. There's just lots of places to do that. And one of my favorite things to do was to go into the hot tub right here, the very bow of the ship.
Nice. Yes, that is a good one.
Oh my gosh, you want to talk like king of the world. This is, and the strangest thing, when we were on our last sailing, every time we would leave port, my hubby and I, we would grab our bottle of champagne and run down and we would do our sail away from the hot tub.
I was actually about to say that. That is a perfect sail away spot. That's funny. Yeah, that's amazing. And then we had a first time cruisers little party in that area too on one of the evenings. So that was a really nice area to go to. And just really, even if you don't want to go in the hot tub, your view is fantastic.
It is spectacular. And what was so bizarre, I think out of 14-day itinerary, there was only one person ever in that hot tub.
Isn't that something?
We always had the place to ourselves.
Yep.
So we truly thought we were, you know, this was our ship. So it was really spectacular. We got very spoiled very, very quickly. So this was also one of my favorite places, is the very aft pool area. So there's a lovely area here at night. This was a really nice place for a cocktail, because right before that, there's a gorgeous lounge area where these folks are dancing the night away. The windows all open up to this beautiful lit pool, hot tub again, if you wish. But this is really a lovely place to have an after dinner drink, or maybe a before dinner spin around the dance floor. It's really
and you wouldn't think with the size of the ship that you would have as many pools and hot tubs as you do.
Right.
And it's spectacular. It's a great way to just relax and, oh, where am I going to go visit today? And just, you know, let's go try that hot tub on deck 5. No, let's go up on this one. And it's great.
It's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
So, and one of our favorite bars was the observation bar. So this is the very top deck. And every night, this was our favorite place to come after dinner for a little, you know, after dinner aperitif. And we would just enjoy some live music. And this was really a lovely place. And one of the things that Seabourn really is known for is our caviar. So on board, you have the ability to order unlimited caviar, and this is sustainable, our own farmed caviar, sustainable caviar. And the way that it's presented is absolutely beautiful. And I have to say, I'm not a massive caviar consumer, but we certainly saw people would come there every night for caviar. And you can have it in the morning for breakfast if you want, but
it's always there. Yeah,
it's always there. So if that's your thing, know that it's available on Seabourn. And it was lovely.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned about the different categories of suites, so depending on what you're looking for, how much you want to spoil yourself, or where it is that you're sailing to, you can have anywhere from the standard outside with a veranda, which were absolutely spectacular, which is what we get all of the time. The verandas are very, very spacious, as are the suites. We also have penthouse suite accommodation. There's 26 penthouse suites, which offer a separate bedroom area away from the other, like the living area of the suite. So it's really, nice if somebody wants to stay up and watch TV, the other person can go to bed and relax, whatever works. And one of my favorite suites is the Wintergarden Suite, which has this amazing, amazing tub right out on the balcony. So you sit and watch the world float by as we're in a gorgeous bath.
The ultimate of relaxation.
Right? So it's really spectacular. So
July here yet? I'm ready to go. Let's go. Goodness. Wow.
So, and here, as I mentioned, the suites are really designed for comfort and for you to really want to relax and spend some time in them. So they are so well appointed. Having breakfast in your suite is one of the really premier experiences on board Seabourn. So they have spectacular breakfasts, and they will serve it out on your balcony if that's what you would like. Served course by course for breakfast if you want, with your champagne, whatever it is that works for you. Work call, nothing is out of the ordinary. So it is just, to me, the way that they've laid out all of the suites is really key to the onboard experience. So Kathleen can walk you through how to choose a suite that works for you in terms of, like I said, budget, or, however long you're going to be on board. You may want a little bit larger suite, whatever works for you. Right.
Well, absolutely work together to find out what's the best one for you. Absolutely.
So these lovely people here, this is your room stewardess. So she is literally, there is a team of 2 that look after your suites. And these are the folks that greet you when you arrive and get to know you, find out your personal preferences. If you like water at your bedside table as they turn down your bed at night, maybe you want music turned on when you arrive back after dinner, whatever it is, they will arrange it for you. They will unpack your bag for you. They will do whatever you need done. So I took this picture of the washroom, and I know it's kind of unusual because it's a washroom, but to me, when you're talking about luxury, whether it's a land-based hotel, a luxury space is all about the bathroom.
Yes.
So these bathrooms are absolutely stunning. They're floor to ceiling marble. They are double sinks. There is so much beautiful space here. And as I said, a full size bathtub. One of my most special days was coming back from a very challenging shore excursion day. It was really super hot. Came back, and the room stewardess had drawn the bath and put rose petals all over the bathroom. It was spectacular.
Amazing. That is something that you're going to remember for so long, right? Those memories are really something that sticks with you.
Yes, it touches, and they just love to surprise and delight you. So it was really just a really fun experience. So lots of open spaces, as we talked about, and lots of personalized attention. So we want to talk a little bit about dining because, as you know, Kathleen, food is something that is very near and dear to Seabourn.
Food is everything.
Yes, absolutely amazing culinary experiences on board, from casual dining around the pool, as I had mentioned, to our spectacular restaurant, to our very famous association with Thomas Keller.
Yes.
So for those of you that are foodies, you cannot miss the opportunity to dine in Thomas Keller Grill. Now, this is the only, actually one of the restaurants that you need a reservation for, but of course there's no charge for it. So if you are wanting a very spectacular meal, this gentleman, Thomas Keller, has a couple of restaurants in the United States that you could hardly ever get into. One of them is called French Laundry. The other is called Per Se. And these are restaurants that have like a 3 and 4 month waiting list. And if you get in, it's like a $600 touch for your dinner.
Yeah, that's way above my pay grade. No thanks. It's just incredible. Wow.
I think
But I mean, it's worth it. It's so delicious, right?
it's so delicious. So here you can experience Thomas Keller, his menus, his food. All of our staff have been trained by Thomas Keller. The presentation is exactly as if you were in his restaurants. So you can have that experience on board Seabourn for no charge. And this is, I think we were on for 14 days. We ate here 3 times because the food was just, oh my gosh. The Dover sole here was the best I've ever had ever. It was one of my favorite meals of all time. And they make, you know, that Caesar salad tableside that they hardly do anymore anywhere. It's just, oh my gosh, it was just absolutely delicious. So I cannot say this enough. You can actually pre-book this before you sail.
And please do before you sail. You know, I'll make sure that my clients get in because you want that opportunity to get in.
You truly do. So, and I know you can arrange that. So you'll have that all set up for your guests when you go. So, and there's flexibility. If you get on board and you want to change, you can do that too. So, you know, they're not all crazy about that. So it just makes it for a very relaxing, beautiful meal.
Yes.
So here's Earth and Ocean. So this is, like I said, was a little more casual dining. Even these folks are a little dressed up at night. And honestly, it's, I think for marketing photos, these folks are a little dressier than what I saw in Earth and Ocean at night. A little more casual.
Yes. I just went in just a sundress, to be honest. And that was more for comfort because I had a good burn than anything else. It was just very relaxing.
And that's exactly all you need. You can be very, very, very casual. So I loved this venue for those days when you're just feeling, you know, a little tuckered out. You just want to have a beautiful meal and just relax. This was that place to do so. And there's a Thomas Keller grill. Oh my gosh, it is just such an experience. I dream about that place all the time.
You need to get back on board.
Experience. Here you go, Kathleen. This is a new restaurant on board the Ovation and the Encore because, again, we have this extra space. This is sushi. So here, yes, this is the presentation of this Japanese food. Absolutely unbelievable. So this is a very, very small, intimate restaurant, and you can go for lunch or for dinner here. This was one of our favorite little lunch spots, actually. Beautiful, beautiful sushi. So if you were a sushi lover, make sure you go because the miso soup here was just spectacular, really to die for. It was really well worth it. So again, only available on the Encore and the Ovation. So don't miss out. So part of the onboard experience is about our partnerships with some very special people that really enhance the onboard experience. From our designer, Adam Tahani. He designs a lot of beautiful hotels, Shangri-La chain of hotels around the world. Dr. Andrew Wheel, so he does our wellness and mindfulness in our spa. So for those of you that are spa folks, we have some of the largest, most intensive spa facilities than any other cruise line, actually. We have a 3-level spa on every one of our ships. And you can do, like I said, a mindful program for the time that you're on board. You could do a weight loss program. Mind you, that would just be a big mistake.
Defeat the purpose of cruising. I mean, let's be honest, it's food.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just joking.
But there's classes of every type on board available for you, and treatments. We have beautiful salons. If you want to, have some aesthetic work done, you can do all of that on board in our beautiful spa. And of course, our entertainment at night in our gorgeous show lounge is all designed by Sir Tim Rice. So he does some really, really fun entertainment. And of course, our meals are most of our food is from Thomas Keller. Right. So not only do we have the Thomas Keller grill, but in the Culinary, which is our casual dining restaurant, there's always some Thomas Keller specialties in there as well.
Lovely. And I love how the Culinary varies their menu for lunches. They seem to always do a different country and you serve food from that country. And I think that's a great way to explore new tastes. It was
some night you go down and it's Italian night, and then the other night you go down and it's Mexican night. So there's always an amazing variety of food and a lot of food, spectacular food. So
Absolutely
it's,
delicious. I
yes,
personally love the German time because that's my heritage. My father's from Austria,
yes.
but having schnitzel prepared properly was amazing. It was really delicious.
Isn't that nice though, that you can experience that, you know?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
one of the things that people always ask me is, you know, about the activity level on board. What are some of the things that we do on board? And one of the things I think is very, very special is this sports platform. So given your itinerary and of course weather permitting, we have this amazing platform on every one of our ships where the back of the ship literally opens up on the water. There are water toys for everybody. So you can just go down, there's no charge for them. You can do paddleboarding, you can do banana boats, you could just swim off of the back deck. This is truly an amazing relaxation without, you know, in those smaller islands, perhaps if you maybe didn't want to go ashore, you can still get that ocean experience and swimming in the ocean here.
Yeah.
And we also have what we call Seabourn signature moments. So a lot of other cruise lines that are in the luxury segment include some shore excursions. We don't include them because we like our folks to have that flexibility to decide whatever it is that they want to do every single day. You know, if you want to just relax or you want to be more active, you make that decision. We do have certain things that we offer on every single itinerary where the entire ship is invited to participate.
Right.
And one of those things that we do exceptionally well, and perhaps you have heard of this, it's called caviar in the surf. So this photo here in the bottom left is on our private beach in the Caribbean called Carambola Beach. And this is our beach day. We are the only ship in port and we have this gorgeous stretch of beach where everybody from the ship is taken off of the ship and tendered to this beach area. And we bring caviar and champagne to you as you relax on the beach.
Right.
So this is probably, I would say, my best beach day ever. And I would challenge anybody to say it isn't, because it really is just truly amazing.
And
so,
it's a beautiful, beautiful walk-in, you know, because it doesn't get deep really fast. You could take your time and slowly acclimate to the water. Really nice beach. It was just beautiful.
It really is. And the staff are there in their uniforms and I don't know if you've ever seen, there's a picture that used to be on the back of some travel magazines where the gentlemen were standing in their tuxedos in the water with the trays of champagne. That's Seabourn. So we do that, you know, the uniforms now, they're a little bit more casual in the Caribbean, obviously, but we have private islands in Thailand. We have them in the Mediterranean and of course in the Caribbean. So we're, again, weather permitting, where we can have these private island experiences with the caviar and the surf. Just a brilliant beach day.
Yes.
But what was really fun was when we were up in the Arctic, where we didn't have a beach, they did caviar in the surf in the pool.
In the pool. Yes, I had heard that happened. That's really great. That way
so
you can still experience this fun activity, right?
Yeah, we didn't miss out anything. And what they do is they fill the pool area with the Arctic sea water.
Oh.
And you can do a polar bear plunge.
Okay. Good luck with that one.
Well, I'm telling you, everybody's jumping in and you're fully clothed and you jump into this ice cold water, but oh my God, so fun. So we did that. That was our caviar in the surf day. But there is unlimited caviar and unlimited champagne all day long. So this was actually me sitting here on the beach with all of the champagne, and we were just, I was with some friends and we were just getting ready to go back on board. But the bottles of champagne were all stacked up on the beach. So of course we don't leave that. We take that with us, but you know, there's just, oh my gosh, it was so fun. And this was my suite. So this, I just like to show this because this is a standard entry.
That's the entry level room. That's incredible. Yeah.
It really, oh my gosh. I was all by myself. I tell you, the experience of a lifetime. I got to sail for a week on my own. It was really lots of fun and so relaxing. So I had all the space to myself.
And a walk-in closet and the double silk. It's all yours. It's amazing.
It's all mine. It was just absolutely spectacular. So it was really just a great experience.
Yeah.
So fast forward to this past summer, and this was our northern adventure. So that's me, different outfit, and my hubby. So we were getting ready to do some zodiacking in the fjords of Norway. So we left from Copenhagen, and we went all up the coast of Norway, up as far as you can go to Holmensbad. So we crossed the Arctic Circle, and this is where we went kayaking and we went zodiacking all along the coast here. And those who know me, I'm not a big, risk taker in terms of, people bungee jumping and doing all those crazy things. And if you would have told me that I would have been jumping from a zodiac into a kayak in the Arctic Ocean, I would have said, no, I'm not doing that.
But you did.
But next thing you know, I'm doing it.
Amazing. So you got to try new things, and that's exciting too. Yeah. I love how north that itinerary goes. Goodness.
Oh, I'm telling you, if you have ever considered doing this type of itinerary, I cannot say enough about it, because every day literally got better than the last. And if you are an outdoors person, the hiking, the sightseeing, the experiences that we had were just such good memories, and things we will treasure forever. So it was just the best, literally the best adventure we've ever had. So it was just so much fun. And this was as we were, when we got back to Copenhagen, we were biking. We went for like a 28-kilometer bike ride. So every day they had things for you to do depending on your activity level. So there were always guides. There was always people to help you. They had every piece of equipment. There's nothing that you need to bring. Everything is supplied for you. So that was also something that encouraged us to do these things, because you're like, oh, okay, well, here's all the stuff. You just jump in the equipment and off you go.
Yeah, so there's no excuses. You're just like, oh, you've got something to keep me warm? I'm good. Let's try it.
I go. Yep. And there are expedition leaders, which, like I said, they are with you at all times. So I felt very safe. Outlined everything that you needed to do, whether we were on a hike, and we went on some very vigorous hikes. It just spectacular, really.
And then you went and joined the hot tub when you got back. So
that's why the hot tub was really crucial.
Amazing. You did that hike, you did the hot tub, easy peasy. Yeah.
So your adventure awaits, Kathleen. So this is going to be your amazing experience, and you are scheduled now to leave July 23rd. Copenhagen to Reykjavik in Iceland, which to me, we really wanted to go over to Iceland, but we didn't have 3 weeks, and we just couldn't do it all. So this to me is one of our next adventures, is to go over to Iceland. And I don't know if you want to tell everybody what you're doing here. You're going to be doing some very exciting things.
Absolutely. Yes. So we're going to be starting in Copenhagen, Denmark, and then we're going to be popping up to Sweden, 2 sea days. So we get to explore the ship and just love our time on the ship. So it's nice, because I think the last time we did our Southern Caribbean, it's a port day every day. It was just go. So this one I'm really looking forward to, because we have 2 sea days. So it's kind of a forced relaxation day, a day to explore the ship. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we're going to do on the western part of Iceland. So I don't remember the exact cities, and I actually don't want to try and pronounce them all. So, sorry guys, but we're going to be visiting some amazing locations. One thing with Iceland that I've discovered as we're planning and exploring this is, you think you see the most beautiful waterfall, and there's another one. And there's another one. It's just incredible, like so beautiful. And they're not that far off the beaten path is to see these waterfalls. And I know some of them you can even walk behind. They have nice little caves there. As you're exploring, they have these hot springs because of the geothermal energy, right? And it's governed by the government. So they come and take the temperatures. So if there's a sign that says too warm, don't go in. Don't even try. But there's some that honestly along your path, you can just hop right in for an hour or so, get out and keep on going. Just beautiful areas. Yeah. And then, so we're just going to explore all that. And then when we're done, my husband and I are actually going to be renting a camper van for about 3 or 4 days and exploring the other side. We're going to do the ring road. So I've just been doing a deep dive into Iceland, and I can't even tell you how excited I am. It is just phenomenal.
totally jelly about the whole
I
experience.
know it's going to be incredible, incredible. And I'm not really a camping kind of person. My camping, I grew up camping, and it
Yeah.
was in a 24-foot master coach trailer. I mean, that was my camping, right? So this is a big dive for me to decide to rent this little camper van, but it's literally like a minivan with a bed in the back. So it's more just exploring around the beautiful, beautiful island, and then having a place to sleep at night without having to pay for a hotel. So that's kind of my thought process with that.
I'm thinking I might sign up because not only are you going to have the fabulous cruise before, but have that experience after. You need to be doing it all.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be great. And I mean, you're ended up in Reykjavik, and you're there. Why not spend a couple more days and just explore this beautiful country? And it is literally the most beautiful. And of course, we're there in summer. We're not there quite at the 24-hour sun. I think the sun sets for about 3 to 4 hours for us.
So if you're lucky, you will have that bit of darkness. We had hardly any.
Yeah, it really, and you were further north than we were. So we might get, and that they say setting, but I mean, it takes a while for it to get dark, right? So we're not going to see the northern lights. Don't expect that. But you could always plan another trip and see them another time. But in this one, it's just the days are so long. So we're going to have a long time to explore and just to see things because you've got that full sunlight, right?
I think
even the ships in port till 11 p.m. for some of them.
Yes. Yeah.
And
that's part of the experience, as you say. So your days are very full.
Yeah.
You're going to be very busy.
Absolutely. And I love that we're there in port for so long. You get there 8 a.m, you're there all day. And I don't think a lot of the larger cruise lines can do that. Just because it takes them so long to clear security and to check it. But these beautiful small ships can just stay so much longer. And I'm happy to be going on Seabourn. And I'm looking forward to seeing Ovation, one of the newer ships as well. So yeah, Iceland.
Whole experience. You'll have to make sure you text me from your ship.
You betcha. So if anybody's interested in joining me, reach out to me, info@plentyofsunshinetravel.com, and I'll get you on board with me because it's an experience beyond anything else.
Well, and I think the opportunity to travel with somebody like you who is not only extremely well traveled, but you know how to cruise, you know all the ins and outs, and navigating sometimes to places that are unique and unusual in the world can have some challenges. So to have somebody with your experience, I think, is really a huge benefit. And
thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely there if you need anything at all. And I mean, there's going to be no bumps in the road on Seabourn, but when you're out exploring, ask me the night before, what do you think I should hit? What's the best spot? And I will give you a long list and we'll just talk about what you need and what you want to see. And I'll make sure that you get to see what's important to you.
See, I think that is invaluable, really, Kathleen. So I envy you that you're doing that. And I think taking a group with you is just an opportunity of a lifetime. So I hope some folks join you.
We should do Kathleen's little meetup the night before and go over and discuss what we're doing. So if anybody's on board with me, we'll arrange a time to find me and we'll discuss the best spots to do for the next day.
That's a great idea. You guys, oh my gosh, you're going to have such a good time.
Thank you. I wish you could come though. That would be something, but you work so hard.
I would love to do that. And that's a time of year when I like to be away. That may work for me. You may find me at the pier.
I look forward to it. It's amazing. Yeah, that'd be great. And Copenhagen's named one of the best ports in the world. And it's a great port to disembark with. No, embark, pardon me, wrong way, to embark on your cruise.
Embark. But you know what, if you, we spent a couple of days there and it was, oh my gosh, we had such a good time. There's great shopping. The food was spectacular. It was very easy to get around. And the pier from the downtown area was literally a 10-minute taxi ride. So it was a piece of cake to get to. Everybody
no stress.
No stress. The beer was great. The people were friendly. It's just a lovely, lovely city. Right. So, I think you're going to have a great time.
And you know what? Something just popped into my head. One of the things that we've planned to do on the Sunday when we are getting off the ship in Reykjavik is they have this spot for diving. and they give you the wetsuit to keep you warm. I forget what it's called, wetsuit, dry suit, but you're kept warm with it. They recommend you wear thermals underneath because it can get really cold. And you go down this one section, and it's one of the UNESCO heritage sites, and it's two tectonic plates that have actually separated, and you can touch North America and whatever Iceland is on at one section. And then you can sort of swim through that whole channel. You're there for about 45 minutes or so, and then you get out pretty cold, but it is like the clearest water. It was on Amazing Race, actually, if anybody wants to go back and look at that. But it was so amazing that you can actually touch two continents at the same time. Like, it's phenomenal. I just can't wait. I've got everything.
That's why we travel. That is why we travel.
Absolutely.
Right? So you have those experiences that just stay with you forever.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a little bit of time on your hands, and if you want
look at this one,
everything, you may want to, give Kathleen a call and talk about a Grand World Voyage. And I mentioned this because we've always done Grand World Voyages, and maybe not this year or next year, but maybe 2025, for example. And these we like to call our seed planting itineraries, because maybe you're celebrating a big anniversary or retirement or whatever it happens to be. Celebrate on board Seabourn and to go to some exotic places around the world. We have these itineraries every year, and they leave every January, and they are typically between 115 and 140 days, depending on the itinerary. But the itinerary is never the same twice. So the opportunity to go to different areas, you can do segments of this if 145 days is too long to bite off, or you can, you can do segments of these very unique, iconic cities that are you just have to get to. So I know Kathleen can guide you if you are really looking for something unusual. If some of the destinations that we've already talked about aren't unusual enough, there's a whole big world out there that we send to. So, and a lot of places you can only get to by ship. So, we have the World Voyage. We also have the circumnavigation of South America, which includes Antarctica. Again, doing a wet landing where you are in a zodiac and you are getting off on the white continent. Very few people in the world will get to experience this.
Absolutely. Look at that. Isn't that something? That's amazing.
Isn't that something? And this to me is like an eye chart of destinations. I just love looking at it because it takes you to the Amazon, like right into Manaus, like as far.
And you know what I like about this, and this is kind of funny because I do get a bit of seasickness and motion sickness at times. You only have to do the Drake once. Look at that one. I noticed that one right. I'm like, where's the Drake? But because you're coming in from the one side, you only have to do it the one time.
You go and you get in, you get out. But I mean, the time of year that we go is their summertime. So it is the appropriate time to be there. Just for that reason. So you don't have that bad weather experience in the Drake Passage. So this is not going to be the Shackleton experience for you. It's going to be you sitting on the deck with a glass of champagne in your jacket. But, these itineraries here, you're going to see all of South America. You're going to do it all. So you don't have to go back unless you want to, but this is a unique opportunity to see this part of the world, I think.
Look at that. Goodness. It's amazing. Like all those names, that would just be stunning to see all of them in one trip.
So I think that's fantastic. So I mentioned the expedition experience. So I just wanted to touch on that just very briefly, because if you are interested in expedition sailing, which is very different than a typical ship sailing with Seabourn. So we have here the Venture and the Pursuit. So these are specifically, the hulls have been designed, it's called a PC6 hull, where it is designed to sail through ice and through waters where we can take you on these specific adventures, expedition ventures. So they're small, only 260 guests are allowed on these sailings, but there's over 3,000 square feet of deck space.
Goodness gracious.
Wow. 30,000 square feet of outdoor deck space. So a ton of space. It is really designed for not only comfort, but a luxury expedition experience. Some people like to do expedition in a true rugged environment or experience atmosphere. This is not that.
That's not me. Yeah, this is me.
Painstaking expedition.
Yeah.
So this is a very different experience than what people are used to. But one of the things that we are known for is our expedition in South and Antarctica, South America and Antarctica, because of the expedition leaders that we bring on board. So we have over 20 of them that sail with us on every single sailing. And you will have the education of a lifetime with the conversations and the, they'll get you in the theater and they talk about the destinations that you're sailing to, about Antarctica, the history, why this is such a very important part of the world. So to me, I think everybody should go here. But if you want to go in an expedition style on an expedition ship, take a look at this product because it's really very, very unique.
And I mean, you have a submarine on board. It's amazing. And I love the greeting party. I mean, who wouldn't want to be greeted by little penguins walking up to you? That's just incredible.
That is one of my dreams in traveling, is to go sit beside a penguin, because they're not scared of people. They're not hunted. So they have no fear. They're very, very smelly, but they're very lovely.
But it's a better welcome party than what you can get anywhere else. To me, I love wildlife. So that's amazing.
Agreed. So if people have that desire to do the Northwest Passage, and this is a unexplored waterway, it's also a waterway that is probably not going to be accessible forever. It's a very protected waterway. They allow very few ships to sail through here. We have to have the right fuel. We have to have the proper recycling and waste facilities on board. So not every ship can do the Northwest Passage. So sustainability is a massive part of what we do, not only on Seabourn, but specifically on the expedition ships. So if that is something that, strikes home with you, then you really want to get some experience about our sustainability side. So I just wanted to show you where you will be sleeping as you sail on an expedition ship. So
look at those.
Shackleton, it's not.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Goodness.
So again, it's all about those luxurious bathrooms. The Wintergarden Suite, this is one of our largest suites, which is a 2-layer where your bedroom is upstairs here. And, don't be alarmed. That TV actually goes right into that cabinet there. So it's
not going to block your view.
Beautiful view as you're laying in bed, having your cappuccino in the morning and looking at the world sail by. I
wouldn't want to be watching a TV. You've got to, you're there. That beautiful world is waiting for you. So it's wonderful that it does go down and up when you want it to. But,
Ixnay the TV. Get rid of the TV.
That's my thought. But hey, I didn't decide. But no, it was beautiful though.
But the suites themselves are quite spectacular. The whole ship design is really, again, designed by Adam Tahani. Fabulous spa facilities, even on board our amazing expedition ships. And here's some of the public areas. This is the Culinary, which is our casual buffet style dining. Lovely spot, but a unique opportunity to dine outside. So one of the things that we enjoyed so much in the Arctic was eating outside at night.
I agree with you for that. Yes.
My gosh, there's always blankets, and they had these heating lamps. So you could get outside and see these skies and the stars. It was just very magical and something that you're going to experience on these expedition ships as well. So we've designed them so you can have a drink outside after dinner, or you can actually have your dinner outside in the Antarctic. Why wouldn't you do that?
Absolutely. And that's, I don't want to throw the word around a lot, but that's life-changing to look and see the scenery and just to be enjoying your wonderful, delicious meal, but to know that you're there and you're exploring this whole untouched world. It's just amazing.
Absolutely. And we record pretty much every minute of these experiences. So we have this available for people. They can ship it home as they are sailing. They can send little snippets of it now, the technology that they have on board, or they can get the whole record of where it is that they're sailing. So again, there's the bow lounge, which is a very, very cool, unique experience because they have these cameras which record the underwater experience. So wherever it is that we're sailing to, you can see what's happening underneath the ship.
Okay. Oh, that's amazing.
right? And the
At first, I was
constellation.
thinking, are those casino tables? But that's way better. I like that. Goodness, nice.
So there's a beautiful constellation lounge, which, the floor to ceiling windows. So this is where you want to do your sail away, just a relaxing time at night. Just really spectacular opportunity to sail in this style with the expedition experience. And here is the submarine that you were referring to.
Incredible.
So, incredible is the word for it, because these submarines are not available on every itinerary, again, water permitting.
Right.
Some areas we are not allowed to lower a submarine because it affect where we are sailing. But there is scuba, there are submarines, we have kayaks, we have zodiacs, and the zodiacs are just brilliant. But these submarines, they go down to quite a distance, a couple of thousand meters underneath the sea. There's champagne as you are sitting there in your bubble, and this glass, the way that they built this glass in the submarine, you can't even tell where the glass ends and the water begins.
Wow.
So everybody does that. They get their finger and they're pointing. Because, yes, it gets,
yep.
Super cool.
Incredible.
So beautiful leather seats, and you just sit there, and the driver just bombs around on the ocean floor, and you look at the marine life. I mean, this will be an opportunity.
Dream of a lifetime. Like, my goodness, when can you do that? Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine being around talking about this when you get home? I can't.
I got to go on a submarine. You did what? No, you just took a cruise. You just, Caribbean. That's it. No, it's amazing. Wow.
So this is something that you really, one of the things about expedition cruising, and we kind of compare it to an African safari, because if the captain sees some activity in terms of, marine life, he'll take the ship there.
Yep.
So you have to be prepared to be flexible and for things to change on a dime, because it's wherever the adventure awaits, that's where the ship is going. So there are certain itineraries, but there is room for opportunity to explore other things as they arise.
Right.
So that, again,
or even if you see northern lights in the middle of the night, they will let you know, and it's your choice or not, but they'll let you know, and that's amazing.
So, those unique experiences, and to be able to sit and have breakfast with an expedition leader, and these, I'm not kidding, I have spoke with quite a few of them, and been at conferences with them. The knowledge and the experiences they have had, it is worth every penny just to sit and have breakfast with these people. And the things that they have seen and their knowledge is spectacular.
Yes, absolutely. Goodness. And then they have those kind of people on board that are there to guide you and to help you with what you want to see and do as well. And, they're called Seabourn Conversations, and they're there just to help you look at that. Oh my word. I need to stop talking and just look at that.
I know. It's your submarine. Like, how fun would that be?
Oh my goodness.
So it's actually running, and it shouldn't normally run. Normally on Zoom, it crashes it, but this is the inside of the submarine.
Look at that.
Yeah. Like, it's really luxurious and spacious and comfortable.
I think we need to do a group on that ship. My goodness. Isn't that something? Wow. So anybody who wants to get on board there, reach out to me, info@plentyofsunshine travel, and I will get you on board. Isn't that incredible? You've got to go, guys. It's incredible.
Itineraries. There's only the two ships and not a lot of space. So if this is something that literally, maybe as we're sitting here tonight and you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm going to do. Don't wait. Do not wait. You can always book a spot. If you have to cancel it, you can cancel, but grab a spot, because you will not be sorry. This was actually our expedition leader on one of our kayaking adventures. These are the suits that you wear. They supply absolutely everything, and you feel so safe. It's really fantastic.
Safe and warm. So those are two important things.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now we have our a promotion on called the Sweet Life, because we want you to enjoy a lifetime of experiences and memories on Seabourn. We are doing 50% discount on ocean voyages and up to 25% discount on
On
expedition
those
sales.
expeditions. Wow.
Right? And
Now's a
we
good
are only
time.
doing this once a year. So this is what we call our
Okay.
wave season. So January, February, this is a time when people really are looking at cruising and doing some vacation planning. So you only need a 15% deposit. So it's a great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put a lot of money down, and it is always refundable.
Right.
So it's not that you're at risk, but you can save a spot and start dreaming and planning.
Planning. Oh, the fun part of life. Yes. Absolutely.
That is one of the best parts of travel is the ability to plan for these things
Mm-hmm.
and to have something to look forward to.
Yes.
So
And a lot of times I know that some people say, well, I don't want to book through a travel agent. I like to plan it on my own. I work with you with my knowledge to make sure that you can maximize your space. So your time, I don't mean your space, but your time of being away. So definitely reach out, because my knowledge with your planning and what we want to do, we will make sure that you can see everything you'd like to see.
It's magical, and there has never really been a better time to make sure that you are using the expertise that Kathleen has, because traveling now is tricky. There's a lot of things that have changed. It's not the same world, even though we all think it is. It is not.
We all wish it is, but it's not. Yeah.
And it's getting there, but Kathleen will help navigate a lot of that, and it's going to be save you so much time. And she knows all these inside tips, and she knows how to reach me. She knows Seabourn. She's experienced this brand and can speak to it. So she will navigate for
and
you.
I'll be there in July. So, hey, come with me. But I mean, those expeditions, that's something that, man, I've got to start thinking about that one. That's incredible.
You bet. So I really hope that you can come and join us, Kathleen. Maybe we should.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. Goodness.
So we look forward to hosting anybody, all of you on board Seabourn. We win awards constantly.
And rightfully so. Yeah, amazing.
We're tooting our own horn here, but this is not a brand that wins these awards lightly. We work very hard to make sure that this experience is the best that it can be for you and your vacation dollars. So with Kathleen's experience, I thank you, and I appreciate the time that we've spent together today. It was fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And just on the idea of these awards that you've won. So you're mixing my awards, which I've won the Reader's Choice Award as the #1 best travel agent in all of Hamilton, Ontario, 2 years in a row. 2 years. Oh, and then I won just this year the #3 best travel agency, and last year was #1. So we're mixing my awards with your awards, which is going to equal an amazing cruise. So thank you.
That is fantastic, Kathleen.
You could segue into it. I didn't even think you're going to put that, but I'm going to just put that one out there.
Well, you know what? And you need to toot your own horn, because that is something that it's invaluable, that experience and your expertise.
And I'm honored because it was by the Reader's Choice. It's not, by an industry or anything. It's from all of my loyal clients and everybody.
It wasn't your mom voting for you.
Yeah. So thank you. No, you can only vote once a day. One per whole unit is all you can vote for. And I won, they said, pretty much by a landslide. So that was encouraging to hear. So thank you, everybody who voted. And but absolutely, thank you for putting this together, Lori. Amazing. And I just can't wait to get on board even more so now. So make sure you reach out, guys. Info at Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and I'll get you on board. See you all next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye now.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast with Lori from Seabourn Cruises. It was really neat to see the inside of some of the ships, the inner workings. How about that submarine? I mean, seriously, amazing. I really want to go on one of their cruises on Venture or Pursuit now. Those expedition ships, can't wait to go. I really should put together a group. If there's anything that you guys are thinking that you'd like to go on a certain itinerary, leave it in the comments below, and I will be sure to consider making a group for that date if you're interested. Also, please reach out to me for the Seabourn cruise in July to Iceland. I am absolutely in planning mode, and I love to plan. I mean, that's why I'm a travel agent, right? I love to plan. I love to do that. And you guys can just take advantage of all my planning and come and meet and have port talk with Kathleen. It would be a lot of fun to have you on board, and I would really look forward to having you there with me. So make sure you reach out to me. It's info@plentyofsunshinetravel.com, and I can get you on board. Next week, I'm going to be meeting with Lindblad Expeditions, and they are a really, really great cruise line. It's the first time I'm going to be meeting with them. I love that I have new meetings with different cruise lines. I just love that I'm meeting all new people and new things. I'm a talker. I enjoy it. So we're going to be discussing some cruising with Lindblad. So make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you can get the update when it comes out. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.